If your content feels all over the place, truly scattered, like your messaging is ping-ponging from one thing one week to another week, and you yourself are just feeling incredibly unmotivated by the idea of creating more content, then this video is for you because most likely you don't have a content problem, you have a foundation problem. Most entrepreneurs are jumping right into content creation, posting every single day. That's what they've been told, trying on all the prompts and the different strategies, when at the end of the day, they've skipped over some key foundational pieces that they need to actually create content that converts. And this fix doesn't have to be overly complicated. In fact, it can be quite simple, but you do have to go back down to the foundation. But when you fix this, creating content, coming up with ideas, writing your content, choosing your designs, all of it is going to be so much easier. So today I'm going to share with you the 5 key brand foundations that you want in place before you create another piece of content. And yes, that includes working with AI. Hey there, I'm Michelle Knight, founder and CEO of Brand Mary, and I help entrepreneurs just like you build personal brands online through the power of storytelling. And so I have been serving entrepreneurs and helping thousands of entrepreneurs for the last decade in creating personal brands online. Most entrepreneurs come to me thinking they have a content, a marketing, or a strategy problem, when really they have a branding problem. Honestly, when people come to me and they say that they can't come up with content ideas, I know they have a branding problem. And it all starts with these 5 pieces. Now, the first one that I'm going to share with you is actually really foundational when it comes to how you're showing up online, the type of content that you're creating, how you're positioning. And if you want to work with AI tools, which I highly recommend, I'm a big fan of using Claude in my business personally. This one foundational piece is essential because you don't want to sound like everybody else online. So the very first thing that you want to have clarity on is your brand tone of voice. I like to call this the brand vibe, as well as how you ultimately want people to feel. So this is the emotional branding piece of building a solid brand foundation. So the easiest way to do this, and honestly, most entrepreneurs overthink this way too much, but what you want to do is you want to think about how you communicate. Yes, how you, yourself, you're building a personal brand, communicate every single day as a human being. And also how you want your audience to feel when they see, hear, or come in contact with your brand, or essentially your content online. Because it's the emotional experience that gets someone to hit save, to become a follower, to send you a DM, and to ultimately purchase from you. Now, the key here, and where most people overthink this part of the process, is they start to ask themselves, what is my brand voice? You already know your brand voice. You've gone through living many decades at this point in time, communicating to people every single day. You don't need to change that as soon as you get online. In fact, that's probably where content creation is getting difficult. If you are relying on an AI tool, or you're relying on a template, or you're following someone else's framework, you can only sustain that for so long. It's going to feel very disconnected from who you are, how you write, how you speak. And so the simplest way, and this is actually using AI, my friend, which is great because it makes this process so much easier, is to start writing. Start speaking your thoughts into some AI tool. So let's use an example here. Let's say you want to create a carousel post that tells a story of one time you overcame a fear of doing something, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to voice note that specific experience into an AI tool. Again, I love to use Claude. You can write if you're more of a writer. I personally am like a voice to text type of person. What this is allowing you to do is speak clearly, speak openly, and use a lot of different cadences, different types of words that you would normally use when having a conversation. I want you to repeatedly do this for about a week or 2 when it comes to your content. I'm talking all of it, an email, maybe you're thinking of writing a blog post, whatever it is. I want you to openly have this conversation with AI. Then at the end of the 2 weeks, what I want you to do is I want you to ask it to summarize your style, summarize your voice, summarize the different things that it's picking up on. Seriously, we're in such a wonderful opportunity right now where we don't have to overthink it any longer. We can just put it out there as it is, our most authentic self, and then get like a cheat sheet for what your brand voice ultimately is. Now, you're going to know some of these things about yourself, how you want to show up online. Do you want to be super professional? Do you want to appear very laid back? Do you want to use curse words in your content? Like, you get to choose what is most authentic to you. And more importantly, what feels it is an extension of who you are in your everyday life. This is going to make content creation so much easier. And then on the flip side of that, you're going to very easily just ask yourself, what kind of overall vibe or emotional presence do I want to carry into my content? So for me, I love to be very warm and inviting. My colors reflect that, my fonts reflect that. The type of content that I create, it makes it a lot easier if I personally picture you coming over into my house, having a cup of coffee, talking personal branding, talking strategy, and that carries over into the type of content that I create. So I'm not afraid to record myself doing everyday things. I'm not afraid to record myself with no makeup on because that is how I've chosen to show up, and it makes showing up a lot easier. So most entrepreneurs have this weird filter that they put on when they decide to start creating content, and we need to strip that away. If you show up online authentically, similar to how you are going about your everyday life, it's going to make it so much easier. Number 2 is, who are you speaking to? Look, I know you don't want to do ideal customer work. Nobody wants to do ideal customer work. But I was reminded of something the other day when one of my clients inside of my program, the Authentic Brand Builders Academy, said to me very specifically about my ideal client process that she's going through. Wow, this is so much easier now. AI has made the process of us coming up with an ideal customer profile so much easier than it was 10 years ago when I did branding for the first time. When we were getting on the phone with people, when we were having to do a bunch of market research is different today. And because of our access to information online and specifically these AI tools, which can scrub the internet for context, it makes it a lot easier on you. So there's no reason why you should be skipping this step. Content creation is hard or content creation is not landing, your ideal customer work needs improvement. And specifically, too many entrepreneurs are focused on the demographics and the surface level nonsense and not the psychographics. We need to know how your ideal customer thinks. What is keeping them up at night? What is troubling them? What are they struggling with and trying to move from? What are they working towards? What obstacles are standing in their way? When you understand this, you can create content that speaks specifically to your ideal customer, and this is what's going to differentiate you online. Rather than sounding like regurgitated information from AI, it will now sound like something that a friend mentioned to you, that they wrote in their journal and you happen to be spying on it. I just got an email from a potential client the other day that says, it looks like this sales page was literally written for me. And that is the goal, my friend. Literally, every part of your business will become easier when you know who your ideal customer is. Number 3 is my storytelling specialty. And this is something that a lot of business coaches and mentors are not putting enough emphasis on, in my opinion. With the rise of personal branding over the last decade, right? But we are seeing a huge influx of it happening right now because of the rise of AI. It's interesting. As these AI tools become available to us, more and more consumers are demanding to know about the person behind the brand. That type of content, storytelling content, is working better. And so that shifts what happens at the foundational level. Now, I personally have been teaching storytelling work as it relates to personal branding for a decade now. It's the very first step inside of my process for the Authentic Brand Accelerator. As it relates to this video right now, is I want you to think about those core stories. So a lot of entrepreneurs will write their brand story as part of the process of building their brand foundation, and that's fantastic. Your brand story, which I talk about a lot here on this channel, your brand story is focused on multiple chapters that have unfolded, okay, over many years. But when it comes to showing up and creating content online, you are focused on digital stories, micro stories. So not chapters, but very specific moments. And so when you're writing that big brand story, you can cherry pick out very specific moments that now become your core stories. And these core stories are stories that you can cycle through over and over again in your content. They can fill the gap when you don't know what to say that week. They're also going to be repeated so that as new people discover you, they're really getting these core stories that share more about who you are, why you do the work that you do, your key values, and your mission behind your business. These are what build trust with your audience, and they're the very first step in really getting into the digital storytelling and content creation world. The idea is that this is to get you started, to always keep your brand rooted in what makes your brand, your specific story. But as you go through content creation, as you get better at the process, you're going to be able to take everyday stories or micro stories and use those in your content creation. But these core stories are going to be things that you constantly come back to. And what's really important with the core stories and really storytelling in general is that you understand what makes these core stories, okay? These are repeatable stories about your brand, about the work that you do, about you as a human being. But they also connect very beautifully to your ideal customer. And this is where the ideal customer work and the storytelling really come together. So a few core stories that I've used in my business over the years are the birth of my son. Now, the birth of my son is when my business was born, simultaneously at the exact same time. And I specifically share a story of me sitting on the couch breastfeeding and having the realization that I didn't want to go back to work. I share the story about moving into an RV with my family and traveling the world, and specifically how I had been doing content a certain way, but then my life changed and I had to pivot how I was creating content and where I was sharing content. These are stories that I will tell over and over again. And when you have these, and when you pair that with an AI tool, it can help you work those core stories to build trust, to connect with your ideal customer into your content on repeat. Number 4 is your positioning and your point of view. And yes, this is absolutely essential. You need to disrupt the flow of content when you are putting your content on the internet. People are scrolling. They are half in it. They are half there. You need to say something that doesn't sound like somebody who they just saw 5 seconds ago. You need a point of view. You need a strong position. What do you believe in? What is the essence of your business, your brand? What makes you different? Not better, but different. Why would someone choose you over someone else? All of the things that we've talked about up until this point, your emotional connection, your ideal customer, your stories, those are all leading to this, but it's also important that you have a very strong point of view. So what do you believe that most people in your industry don't believe? What is something that you teach that most people in your industry don't teach? What are things that you know from your own experiences that people in your industry do not know? What are some very honest takes on the work that you ultimately do and how you serve your ideal customer? So for me, I have always built my business in pockets of time. I started my business with a baby. I have been growing my business with a child, home, and now homeschooling. And that has been the last decade. And so I very specifically talk to my ideal customers and let them know that my position is that building a personal brand doesn't mean that you're constantly on. It doesn't mean that you're always documenting your life and your children. In fact, I don't believe that at all. I am specifically talking to the mother, to the woman who has a very full life and is also a business owner and wants to create content and wants to do those things and show up and share themselves online by protecting themselves, by protecting their family and protecting their time and energy. And so a lot of the content that I will create, especially for social media, ties in to this specific industry disrupt. And number 5, as I just hinted at before, is before you start creating your content, you want to be really clear on your specific framework. If you have something that you teach, this is a great example of kind of my Build a Better Brand method framework of the things that I specifically teach with storytelling and ideal customer work and frameworks in general, but also the benefits, the transformation. What are you ultimately providing? It's very freaking important that you understand this before you just start creating a bunch of content, because you want all of your content to tie back to your offer or your offers. If you were to create a bunch of content, let's say one took off, wouldn't you want to make sure that one piece of content that absolutely took off tied back to your offer and that you could see an actual ROI from that? Most entrepreneurs are just throwing spaghetti at a wall and hoping that it sticks, and they don't understand how it ties back to what they're actually selling. And that's where building a personal brand that sells an intellectual property, good, service is very important. You've got to understand, how does this content connect back to what you are ultimately providing your ideal customer. And so when I work with my clients, I really emphasize the fact that they need to figure out what is their methodology or their framework. That's going to give them some key pillars or things that they teach. They also need to be very clear why those pieces are essential and how it benefits their ideal customer. So going back to the ideal customer work, you can say, all right, I will help you understand your core brand stories so that you can show up consistently online as your authentic self and build trust with your ideal customer quickly so they convert into sales. I'm very clear on the benefit and how that relates to my ideal customer specifically. And then the brand overall, what's the transformation? What are you ultimately helping your ideal customer achieve? This is how you build authority over time. This is how your content really starts to feel like a system instead of just guessing. What am I posting today? You can have the best content strategy in the world. You can have all of the templates. You can have all of the prompts. But if the foundation is not there, your content will always just sound like everybody else online. And this is all fixable, but you have to be willing to go back and do the work to fix it. I've worked with so many clients who come to me for a one-on-one session to build their brand foundation, or they go through my program, the Authentic Brand Accelerator. It doesn't matter. When they go back, they're like, wow, it's like it all starts to click into place. Content suddenly doesn't become something that they have to do. It's something that they get to do. It's a way for them to actually share their expertise, their authority, their thoughts with the people that they know that they're going to serve. That's the power of branding. And that's how that directly correlates with the content that you are ultimately creating for your brand and your business. How people discover you, how they understand what it is that you do, how they understand what differentiates you, and how they ultimately decide that you're the brand that they want to invest in and work with. I've been teaching this for a decade, and I have a core program called the Authentic Brand Accelerator that walks you through my signature step-by-step process. All of the things we talked about today and more are covered inside of this program. If you want to get more details on that, I have added a link below so you can check out the Authentic Brand Accelerator. It's instant access to a course that's going to support you. It's supported thousands of entrepreneurs in building their solid brand foundation. And with the new integration of AI, we have added amazing tools and prompts just for you, so you walk away with a master brand document, a full ideal customer profile, a full understanding of your colors and the emotions, your messaging. So you can go ahead and learn more about the Authentic Brand Accelerator below. But we talked a lot about your brand story today. And so I think that a great video for you to jump into is this one right here. And I will see you in that video next.